Apurva sir, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, we have to make some noise here. I'm not going to start ऐसे ही तो नहीं शुरू देखो ऐसी noise मचती है यहाँ पे. Welcome, thank you so much, all the eminent journalists, all the superstars of our media wali industry, ladies and gentlemen. All I want to say is, first things first, I'd like to welcome you on behalf of Mr. Karan Johar and AA Films as they are presenting and distributing Devara Part 1. एक बार जोरदार तालियां for this team, ladies and gentlemen. Can we make some noise? Yes, this is the kind of energy that we want here. Mr. Karan, of course, he's here. And this Kamal ki on Som, we have the superstars here with us. Lekin usse pehle, let me tell you that they've already created a record. They've shattered a couple of records. Kya hai? Kyun hai? We'll get to know. Lekin usse pehle, 27th September is when Devara Part 1 releases in theaters. Are we all excited? We can do better. Komal sir, क्या कर रहे हैं आप? I'm looking at the noise. All right, ladies and gentlemen, first things first, what we'll do is we'll invite on stage this versatile superstar. We've seen him इससे पहले play some very complex characters with mind-blowingness, and he is the one, the only. Ladies and gentlemen, Devara of Devara Part 1. Give it up for Mr. Saif Ali Khan. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much. Or should I call you Bhera? Bhera, welcome. We have a mic for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So after so many years of awesomeness, how does it feel to be called a debutant? Because this is your debut Telugu movie.
You know, I'm very excited. I remember my first shot speaking Telugu, and I had a bit of sweat running down my back, and I felt very nervous in a very, very different way. I mean, we come from the same country, but sometimes our states are really like different to one another. And going down there was a very exciting experience. I was very kind of Tariq, of NTRG, and for Shivaji to want me in the movie, because movies made in the South recently have been mind-blowing. And to get a chance to act in a film like this and to do that, for me, you're right, I felt like a newcomer. I'm really excited because I've spoken the language. It was a new language for me, and I love the movie and I love what I've done in it also. So I am excited.
Thank you so much for sharing that. We'll definitely take a look at Bhera glimpse in some time. But before that, thank you so much, sir. Please be seated. ये हम करने वाले थे ना बाद में. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to welcome on stage the leading lady of Devara. I don't know. I'll just fall short of adjectives. Give it up for Janvi Kapoor. This is exactly what we want to happen. ये कभी ना रुके, ये ऐसे ही चलता रहे. Janvi, welcome and thank you so much for being here. I know you have this very busy schedule. उसके बावजूद, hats off to you that you are here and you're traveling right after that.
in exactly 28 minutes. पहले तो hi everyone, thank you so much for being here. ये मेरी डेब्यू फिल्म है और ऑनेस्टली ऐसे लग रहा है कि मेरी घर वापसी भी है क्योंकि मेरी फर्स्ट तेलुगु फिल्म है. So it's very, very, very special to me. So thank you so much for showing up with so much enthusiasm.
Right, and ladies and gentlemen, the superstar of our country, give it up for man of masses, NTR Jr. See, I have to say this because I've got a lot of requests that before I start talking to him, I have to say this, जो कि पूरी दुनिया बोलती है इनको, जय NTR. Last time they taught me, while we were doing this for RRR, they taught me that we have to say Jai NTR, and of course, the biggest mass hero of our country, NTR Jr. One more time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Welcome. This man of masses, of course, you always कहते हैं ना, खरे उतरे हैं आप इसके ऊपर हर बार. Recently, you promised something to your fans that after watching the trailer, they'll be really proud of you. अब इस वक्त कैसा लग रहा है? What do you have to say to
जी
that?
बहुत नर्वस हूँ मैं पहले टू स्टार्ट विद बहुत नर्वस हूँ मैं बिकॉज आफ्टर RRR दिस इज माय नेक्स्ट फिल्म पोस्ट RRR और वैसे भी RRR was with my co-actor also Mr. Ramcharan. This is my solo release after 6 years, so there is a lot of nervousness which is building up, but very happy to launch the trailer of Devara in the city of Mumbai. Because the experience we've had when we were promoting for RRR was just surreal. I mean, the acceptance of North has just shocked us all, and I hope it repeats with Devara.
I'm sure it's going to happen this time again. Just one last thing, Tarak bhai. You have to talk to us about, we know that your contemporaries, they've broken a lot of records. Every now and then we say, sales record itna bana, itne tickets bike. But here, nobody has seen the trailer ab tak. Nobody has seen it, but in North America, you are already breaking records. 1 million se upar ke pre-sales. Exactly. For the premiere. And again, I have to reiterate that nobody has seen the trailer, and you're already, the tickets are just going off the shelf. And how? What do you have to say? How do you do it?
There's nothing we've done anything about it, but I think it's God's blessings and the love which has always been showered by the fans and the audience. So I'm always indebted.
You are fabulous. Thank you so much for
so
this.
much.
And of course, looking forward to the trailer. Please.
Thank you.
Thank you. Look at the trailer, but before that, जिन यूनिट्स की बात हो रही है, जिन्होंने हर जगह बहुत सारी buzz create की है, everybody just wants to catch a glimpse of the trailer, कुछ भी थोड़ा बहुत देखने को मिल जाए. So we'll play something जहाँ से सबकी शुरुआत हुई, है ना? जिनके दिमाग से शुरुआत हुई सबसे पहले the amazing director Kortala Siva साहब के लिए एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं. यहाँ पे he's here with us. So welcome. Thank you so much. Welcome to Mumbai, and thank you so much for giving us this piece of amazingness, awesomeness. Thank you. All right. So जहाँ से शुरुआत हुई, Devara glimpse आया था, and the entire nation, or should I say the entire world, went crazy. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to play that glimpse for you. All eyes on the big screen for Devara. That we asked this amazing insan to talk about this trailer before we play it for you, and of course, sir, about this team. Karan sir, welcome.
Hi.
You're presenting this movie.
Yes.
You kind of started this trend of with Bahubali, and of course, AA Films ke saath milke, you got us Bahubali. Uske baad, it all started, and look where we are today.
I have to say that firstly, thank you, all members of the media and everyone here. Thank you for being here. this is an exceptional moment for us at Dharma Productions and AA Films. Just presenting Devara and seeing Tarak's and Siva's vision, literally, and you haven't seen anything as yet. You have to see what's going to unfold right now. Tarak I've known, of course, he was very gracious, I remember, where he actually presented Brahmastra to everyone in Hyderabad. It was a big moment for us. Such a massive megastar going out of his way to speak of another film, and he really, really, really impacted the box office of Brahmastra even in the South, and for that we are all eternally grateful. Thank you. And obviously, his next was one of the most awaited films of Indian cinema, and we were only too happy, proud, and privileged to present in Hindi Devara, the madness, magic, magnitude, and magnificence of Devara. Of course, there are so many friends attached to this journey, not just Tarak, who's been a dear, dear, dear friend. And I told him that, this is not the end of this relationship, this is the beginning of a new one, and he knows what I'm talking about. Saif, my darling Seth, who I love, adore, not just as a filmmaker, a friend, family, everything. Just our kids playing with each other makes my heart full of love. The fact that Yash and Temur are BFFs in school means the world to me. That Bebo and Seth's children, this is just a legacy friendship which will go on. Seth is exceptional in the film. You will realize this very soon. And what do I say about my child? Literally beaming in gold, looking as gorgeous as ever. I still remember the moment Tarak and I spoke about, casting Janvi in Devara. And for me, I felt like a proud papa when she started performing. And then look at that, my God. Matching step with Tarak is no mean task. Like, let me tell you, and she really, really, really gave it her absolute best. And of course, Anil Thadani, Apurva and I are best friends. Anil and I have been hugely close friends from college. So this is like a bunch of buddies that come together, presenting this film. There's so much love in the room, and soon there will be awe when you see the trailer.
So what are we waiting for? So with your kind permission,
Yes, presenting to you the trailer of Devara.
a phenomenal gentleman is Pehले when he collaborated with Tarak sir, the man of masses. तब पता लग गया था सबको कि हर किसी को ये कितना पसंद आने वाला है जो भी वो करते हैं on that big screen. Korthala Siva, ladies and gentlemen, thunderous round of applause. Mumbai, welcome to Sir, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, versatility is his middle name, and of course is Saif Ali Khan. Give it up for him. I've said it earlier, I'm going to say it again, that he is the biggest mass hero of our country, man of masses, NTR Jr. Kindly be seated, gentlemen. Okay, so I have a couple of questions for you. And sir, I'll start with you, Karan sir. Of course, we have NTR Jr. Saab, we have Saif Ali Khan, Janvi in this movie. Siva sir is directing it. But is sabke alawa, specifically, what was that one thing that you said that yes, this is the movie that I want to present to the world? Devara Part 1.
It was nothing. He had me at hello. That's just the way. I mean, Tarak calls and you do what he wants. It's just the way it is. And, we, not just a fan as an actor, but so much respect for his trajectory, so much respect for Siva sir and, everything that he has achieved in cinema. The combination of the both of them coming together. They've made one blockbuster together, and this is heading towards being a mega blockbuster. The fact that Saif was in the film, Janvi, I mean, it was like for us at Dharma Productions and AA Films, it was really an absolute no-brainer to have our names associated with this magnificent piece of cinema that you just witnessed.
We have to say that this trio, of course, Apurva sir, Anil sir, and you should and you are getting the credit for, introducing us to this pan-Indian thing. Of course, we've had movies earlier, but Bahubali ke baad it all started. What do you think is that one thing or the one USP of Devara that it's going to appeal to all the people globally?
Well, you've had all the magic and madness on land, but have you seen it on sea? It's a first. I mean, when you see what they call like the blood sea, and you see all the action that happens, on the water and the way, like there are sequences that are just sometimes you feel that you have a wild imagination and those can never really be fructified. But this has, like, Siva sir had that imagination and then it was absolutely like executed to precision. So I think the big USP I would say is just the landscape of the film. The fact that water is such a star as well, and everything that happens in and around that arena really makes Devara like a standout film, and clutter breaks every other massive dramatic action film you've seen in Indian cinema.
Absolutely, sir. We'll get to see this on the 27th, and we can't wait to watch it now. Shiva, sir, welcome to Mumbai.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be here, first of all, and of course, the amazing response that we've just gotten?
Firstly, thank you everyone for being here. A little bit tense, like this is my debut film. I hope everyone likes the film as much as we like. Thank you.
Despite being this larger than life superstar, what do you think is that one quality that makes this gentleman here, Tarak sir, the man of masses, so humble? How come he's so humble, despite all that stardom, that persona?
Even I'm trying to find out that.
So directing him yet again after Janta Garage. Talk to us about that. Could change his eyes, sir. You have to give us some masala. You have to give us something.
It's because he's a very close friend of mine, and once he's in front of the camera, I feel that I don't know why suddenly he changes his persona, and he looks wild actually. And every time, after every shot, I just keep staring at him.
Right, yeah, right. So after watching Dawoodi, I had a title or a tag for the gorgeous and the very talented Janvi Kapoor. Of course, I sat on it for quite some time and she had to leave. She had a flight to catch. But of course, the expression queen of the Indian film industry. You brought that out, from Janvi. And her chemistry with this gentleman, Tarak Bhai here, it is phenomenal. People are saying, Jodiyan Karan sir banate the. Abhi, you've taken it to some other level. What do you have to say, sir?
Yeah, because they look too good on screen, and down south people feel that after India sir and Sridevi, now it's this NTR and Janvi.
Wow, you said it, sir. You said it. And Bhera, we have to talk about Bhera, sir. As I said, the handsome, the ever so charming Saif Ali Khan, the brilliant actor. And here he's so ruthless, sir. Why would you do that to this man here?
No, even for the first time I'm seeing him like this because I never saw him like this in Hyderabad. Okay. Because he comes to the shot, I see only Bhera, and now he's looking like a rock star. He's something new.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that, and thank you so much for this amazing piece of art, Shiva sir.
Thank you.
Saif, so this one's for you. You portrayed these dark and complex characters earlier, and as I said, everything that we've seen from you on that big screen has been awesomeness. Here, how is Bhera different, or should I say, what were those distinct qualities or the unqualities in Bhera that you said, yes, I want to do this?
Well, firstly, I was really excited, like I said, to get offered a big movie made, from Andhra and from the South industry that's given us so many incredible movies. And I think the future is going to be collaborations between North and South. And I think of it in terms of like you say, a pan-Indian kind of scenario. Anyway, this role, I was very happy that Tarek wanted me in it, and Shivasa wanted me in it. I think they'd seen Omkara and remembered it, and I have to thank Vishalji for that still. It was a very interesting character because there's a young version, there's an older version, there's crazy makeup, and also I wouldn't, it's more of an anti-hero than a straight antagonist, and there's many layers to it, and it was just absolutely lovely doing it. Right. It's like an entry, a debut into a new kind of cinema, and according to me, the cutting edge of Indian cinema right now. So it's great for me to be here.
Well, he said it, ladies and gentlemen, he said it. Talking about the man of masses, of course, the world is talking about him. और अब से नहीं कब से. So how was it collaborating with him?
It was amazing. I mean, we met and we had a laugh from day one. He's a very easygoing person who wears his stardom lightly, which I like. And offset, a very very friendly, welcoming person. We had a laugh from the first day, and he visited me in my van while I was waiting for a shot. It made me feel so comfortable, and we had a lovely laugh. He's invited me to his home and offered to cook food, and he's one of the most hospitable people I've worked with. A really really nice, down to earth guy. But when the camera's on and when I saw him shooting on the set, he seems to grow in stature in front of the camera and becomes a larger than life person, which is a very great star quality to have. And when it's cut, he's back to being a normal, fun person. So I think he's been great, and it's been so nice working with him. He was also very patient because it's a new language for me. He was so supportive. Looking into his eyes and saying dialogues to him never made me feel anything except confident. Thank you.
जोरदार तालियां. Yes, yeah, sorry, I apologize. Jai NTR, we have to say that. Thank you so much. You know, we've seen Neela Samandar in Daudi, और उससे पहले भी. Then we've seen Khuni Samandar, and everything Devara Part 1 is all about is between these two things, right? It's like you've covered the entire spectrum. What is Devara for you, and what is happening here? Tell us.
Devra for me, obviously, it's not only Shiva for many years. We've known each other since this movie of mine called Vrindavan. Shiva was the writer for the movie, and it was this growth of friendship between me and him. And then when he started off as a filmmaker, my interest towards him, my respect towards him, has only increased with every film he's done. But I mean, it was very tough for him to sustain that kind of blockbusters which he's delivered. It's only because Shiva has nothing in mind but the story of the film. It keeps running in his head. He just needs the right space. He just needs the right people around him to just excel in it. And when our journey started, right before RRR released, so he came up with this idea of this protagonist. Usually in commercial mainstream movie, we have a protagonist coming from the downtrodden. When there's absolute zero courage, the who needs courage takes them and goes forward. But here there's a flip to Devra. So when courage is completely, when it's filled to the brim, when it exceeds, there needs to be a certain amount of fear. And the protagonist is actually trying to give in fear than actually give in courage. So that for me, for me was a phenomenal idea. And then we started our journey of Devra. And here, I hope we've lived up to the expectations of the trailer, and that's about it.
Whatever we've seen up till now is phenomenal, right? As I said, we are like full of that intensity, that angst. It's in all of us. Talk to us about these action sequences.
Devra is, I've been, when Karan sir and Apurva sir and Anil sir, the three mascots of Devara, the three musketeers as well. When they stepped in, Shiva, when he narrated the script to them, and when they saw a few visuals of the movie, I mean, I was really shocked seeing their reactions. I mean, and that's when I came to know that, this movie will definitely work. This movie is, I would call it an action drama. It is extremely high in action. I mean, Saif sir would definitely agree with me. There was some physically strenuous action sequence we both have been part of. It is definitely high on action. Peter Hines, and we had Anil Arjun, And then especially we had Solomon, Solomon who's worked for RRR as well, National Award winner. He has actually extensively worked on the overwater and the underwater sequences of Devara. We've shot for about 38 odd days underwater and about close to 60 odd days over water. So that itself was a chunk of 100 days to 80 to 100 days. So it is phenomenal action you probably haven't seen before. The kind of water interactions, the kind of CGIs we've blended into those action sequences are phenomenal. So Devara is very high on action, and I would just can't wait for the world to see it.
I'm sure, sir, we're gonna love it. एक बार जोरदार तालियां for this amazing team, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we have a set of these questions that I've heard from Mama Razi would want to know that given the high expectations for your action-packed performance in Devara Part 1, can you give us a sneak peek into any particular intense fight sequence or say a stunt that you're really excited for?
Well, Amarji, right? Amar, do we have here? Do we have Amarji here? Okay, so, oh hi, great. So I can't point out on one such particular action sequence, or I definitely would not point out on one stunt or a sequence. But I'm sure Anil sir, Apurva sir, and Karan sir will agree with me. I think the last half an hour or 40 minutes of Devara is going to rock you all. So I just can't wait for people to watch that. The visual what my director Shiva had in his mind, and I just can't wait for the world to see it. that's
And you riding that giant fish. Talk to us about
shark.
Yeah, the shark.
Yes.
So how was it like?
I mean, like you should tell me how was that? How did it look?
We loved it. I mean, loved that scene.
Well, I didn't. I hated shooting for it. I mean, that was one of the sequences which really took a lot of time. Oh, seriously. I was in a 200 by 150 tank, which was about 5.5 feet. And that shot literally took like almost a full day to get it right.
But it is marvelous. Whatever we saw there, it is like amazing. Give it up for NTR Junior, ladies and gentlemen. Karan sir, that's all with the questions from our friends from the media. But I have a question.
All the support they've given me over the years of being an actor. And I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot I need to thank them for. But I would just this humble thanks. Thank you for being there with me.
Saif sir, closing remarks, I would say. What do you have to say to all the fans out there who were like eagerly waiting for the trailer and now it's out?
I think it's an amazing trailer. The background music, the visuals. I have to say, Randy sir, our DOP, has shot this film outstandingly. The cast has been fab. Of course, Tariq Shiva's vision. I think it's really exciting. And like Karan said, like a big movie coming out that you should watch in the theaters with all these beautiful colors and this amazing sound. I'm very excited.
As Saif sir just talked about the BGM and the dialogue, so that is something that was, out there. The dialogues and the BGM complementing each other. Talk to us about that quickly, sir, please.
Right from the beginning, we thought of Anirudh as a music director because, he's the master of sound. He knows how to blend the music into the story well. I'm happy that we gave this out of the
It's going like with the dialogues. Tarisha, one last thing. Talk to us about Shiva sir. Is he like always this like?
Have you seen him answer your questions? It's always
That's what I'm saying.
it's like that long.
I was afraid
Shiva is a master in especially when in dialogues. If your dialogue needs to be so much for you to let's say a kilometer, for you to express your angst or whatever it is, to express something. Shiva's dialogues are just 200 meters. They're just 200 meters. So, and I don't know how he does it. He's extremely talented. I mean, I told you, I've been his friend for a very long time. We've been friends for a very long time. He just delivers the same expression in 200 meters. So it's like very few words, but the expression is so deep.
Size and to the point, right? 27th September is when we'll get to see the movie in theaters. Let's just come to that point. Thank you so much, ladies and